You got to hold on. You gotta hold on. You gotta hold on. This isn't sometime, yeah, it's for always. I'm gonna love you with all of up to the morning sky first. Baby blue, just like we rehearsed. When I get up off this ground, I shake leaves back down to the brown, 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 till I'm clean. Then the walk I'll be shaded by the trees, by umbrellas Well, I'm tired of losing. I used to win every night of the week. Yeah, back when sex and amphetamines were the staples of our childhood physique. You used to tell me we'd turn into something. Oh, you said life was much better than this. Yeah, but the closest I come to perfection is when you turn around to steal a kiss. But you never trusted tomorrow. Yeah, baby, is that any way to live your life? Well, you love this heart and this six-string girl, oh, but they've been out of tune, yeah, for some time. Well, you said, oh, I love so many women, only so many women love and driving me wild. Yeah, they say, oh, you get lost in complexion and the structure of a well-placed smile. But luckily, oh, you never smile. Yeah, oh, you never smile. Oh, and it looks just a little bit better that way to me. Sometimes it does.
Welcome to the MUBIL Mobility Awards, an international platform of reference for innovation and the future. Infrastructures that make the transition possible and solutions already transforming the world.
Sustainable maritime mobility, electric trucks, next generation batteries, light urban vehicles.
At MUBIL, we believe in projects with real impact. We transfer the knowledge companies need to compete and lead in the new mobility paradigm. The MUBIL Mobility Awards are future vision made present. A space where innovation turns into movement. And together, we drive the mobility of tomorrow.
Estamos en
6:36, we are live from this amazing patio at the Tabacalera in Donosti. And this is the fifth edition, 5 editions on these prize of the MUBIL Mobility Awards. It's an opportunity to celebrate what we have conquered and to do an exercise of radical ambition and to look for even bigger results.
todos bienvenidas, bienvenidos.
Quinta, the fifth edition. Radical ambition is the radical ambition of the team who decided to launch MUBIL. There are 150 an ecosystem of more than 150 organizations in the Basque Country, public administrations, companies, universities, and research centers, for one reason: to be a leader in sustainable mobility and contribute to the most important mission in the planet, which is decarbonizing, having a healthy planet, well-being for everyone. It's not impossible. It is possible. And at MUBIL, we want to make that happen. You know that there are two horizons. One is the 2030 agenda, and I know that everyone knows this horizon to achieve decarbonization. And the final horizon, it's the year where we will celebrate climate neutrality. 0 CO2 in our atmosphere, except for what nature can provide in a natural manner. You know that we is unprecedented award ceremony, and we do it in a very ambitious manner. We give awards to 2 startups, and you will see which these are. We give them cash, but we provide another financial contribution or a prize so that they can develop their winning project with a partner in the Basque Country. That's very important. And Innovation is a very it's a worn-out word. It's a buzzword, but it will gain a lot of meaning tonight and this evening. MUBIL is about relation, and there's no innovation if there's no relation. And we say this over and over again. And during the call, we look at the most innovative things in sustainable mobility. So if you want to know if you want to look at the trends, look at us. and I want to be blunt about this. You will see this in real examples. Before going into the ceremony, I would like to talk to Igor Villarreal, and I would like to ask him about this year, about 2025. So, come up to the stage, Igor, please.
Gracias, Igor. 2025.
So this year, 2025, very important for several reasons. You have inaugurated this new building in Zubieta, and the center who was in the imagination of someone who I thought about this project. What does it mean to have achieved this great goal? What? Thank you. Thank you, Antonella, the authorities and members of the jury. Thank you very much. And it's been having the building allows us to have three labs, one for electric storage, another of electrical traction, and another one for hydrogen that we can help bus companies. Another important thing that there are 10 companies that want to set up their business with us. Some of them are from the chain value and both Fiatec as well as Power Labs. And we have installed the City Science Lab in Guipúzcoa, which is a collaboration with Technum and the MIT that allows us to understand the interurban mobility in Guipúzcoa, considering the needs of people. And the building has allowed us to interact and work far better with the technological and business environment in the Basque Country so that we can provide a more added value and innovate in terms of how we get close to them. 20 days ago, there was a startup, a MUBIL experience, and together with Daniel Perez, we did an event called Ask Me Anything. And we could talk to him about innovation, about mobility and strategy, and it was a wonderful event. So this is the 5th edition. What's your balance? Well, it's a nice figure, but I would like to talk about the main 3 goals that we look for with these prizes. We want to help ideas and projects grow, and then to establish the relation of innovation between startups and the people in an innovation project. And the 3rd goal is to try and understand where mobility stands and to identify new ideas. Startups are more dynamic than other kind of companies. I would like to provide some results. The last winning projects have done experimental innovation projects, and these projects have been set up with local businesses. Batel and Novak have collaborated with us this year, and Watson was one of the. It came second, but considering that it has the customers in the Basque Country, it's part of the ecosystem. So 2 were out of the 28, 2 were international. So we were this year, however, the number of projects has risen to 61, and 21 were international. So as we move forward, there are more projects from a wider variety of places. And I would like to say something that has happened today. I would like to congratulate finalists. There have never been prizes. In addition, that took us so much to pick the winner. There's always got to be a winner. But I would like to congratulate all the candidates and all the finalists, and especially the jury, because we've had to speak for an hour and a half to find a consensus and to determine who has been the winner. And this is an exercise of radical ambitions. You have great ambitions for over the next 5 years. What are your main 3 ambitions? I would like to see Escuchaiteta full of activity and occupied spaces where there are many kind of projects, both technological and business projects. That's the first ambition. And the second is that both MUBIL as well as the business and technological ecosystem is well connected with the rest of Europe, and there are projects, commercial and professional relationships, technological, commercial, etc., so that we are well positioned as an ecosystem. And the third idea in why a MUBIL was created to contribute to create employment, quality employment in the mobility world, so that we can contribute to the well-being of our region. And as something that we ought to do is the fact that we are able to decarbonize transport. Thank you very much, Igor, for your inspiring words. This is the radical ambition of Igor. And before going to the heart of the gala, let's do a summary of a 5-year story, and there we see a video.
It all started with a spark. From that spark came resilience. A moment of vision shared in uncertain times. Small spaces, big ideas, the will to move forward. From resilience came connection. People meeting, learning, building together. One idea leading to another. One addition becoming the next. From connection came growth. Each year, more voices, more projects, more energy, bound by a shared purpose to make mobility cleaner, smarter, more human. From growth came innovation. Bold solutions, brilliant minds turning challenges into opportunities, dreams transforming into prototypes, into impact. And from innovation came community. "5 years, one shared journey. A network that keeps expanding, inspiring, creating change. Because what started as an idea has become a movement. MUBIL, Mobility Awards. 5 years of people shaping mobility."
Aquí está nuestra pequeña historia.
That's our short story. Let's hear the applause to our story. Many of the people who are in the video are also here. We wouldn't have done this without you, but there are other metrics that define what we have achieved, and we see it in the following slide. It's how many of these finalists and winners have signed up agreements with businesses in the Basque Country, and giving wealth to the country, and this is one of the main indicators. Some data on the call, we have the press, and so that you have an idea in terms of how it has worked. It was launched on the 7th of May and it was closed on June the 7th. We have received 61 projects in such a specific sector. This is a major achievement. We grow year after year. Only 7 from the Basque Country. When we started, they were all from the Basque Country, and the rest in Spain 27 and international 27. So 47% are international, and we are on the way to being a beacon for the world. We also look at we'll look at different sectors. It doesn't add up to a 100 because some projects belong to more than one sectors, but the electric is on the top with 54%, connected mobility 52%, 54%, related infrastructure to support the previous, autonomous mobility on the last position, and 36th position shared mobility. Let's talk about the jury. Again, we are very radical. We bring together leaders from different sectors that are linked to sustainable mobility. So the quality is key. I'm going to read the jury members and where they work on. There are many students, and I would like to talk about these profiles, the CVs, that there are things that you can talk about with them. Daniel Perez, CEO and co-founder of Sunda, is the ultra-fast charging stations in the south of Europe. And there was mentioned before, Imanol Rego, CEO of Irizar Group. Jim Athers, he is very important, you remember. And he focuses on two fields that are related to the data space. What are data spaces? These are collaborative and confidence environments where private companies publish and agree to share data. Data sharing, it's an amazing driver of innovation. How do these spaces need to look like? What are the elements that ensure confidence, and how are they going to work? He knows everything about it. He's the major expert on data space. He's the coordinator of the Gaia X Spain Mobility Working Group, and which drives these data spaces, and he is in charge of innovation in I2CAT. He's the head of data space innovation, I2CAT, which is located in Barcelona. Marisa Riola, and these prices wouldn't exist without her. She is the managing director of BIC and Guipúzcoa. Thank you, Marisa. BIC is the place where startups need to go, and the quality has depended very much on BIC. Sergi Milan, he is an innovation advisory officer at EIT Urban Mobility. It's a EU platform to create more livable cities. Xavier Pérez Sarasola, he is the head of technological innovation strategy at CAF. Igor Villarreal, the managing director of MUBIL. So, a warm hand for all of them. Universities are our partners and a reference. If we are able to inspire students so that they all work to decarbonize the planet, then we will have met our goal. I see some universities here, like the University of the Basque Country, the engineering school in Vitoria-Gasteiz, automotive degree. Actually, they've shuttled a bus to bring people from Vitoria here. So raise your hands, those from Vitoria. Automation, automotive engineers, then people from Technop and racing, e-racing. I don't know what e-racing. Can you give a microphone to this young man? We need a microphone for the e-racing. And for racing, the micro needs to race up to the speaker. Thank you. So what is Technop and racing, very quickly? I'm Miguel Oroz. I'm the technical director of this project of Techno Racing, and we build small vehicle like an F1 vehicle, but in small scale. And we're a team of 60 people in different departments, so it's like a small business. So you actually build a prototype, and do you actually race with it? Yes. So it's not a digital car. No, it's we designed and we manufacture for about 8-9 months, and we will compete against other universities in Spain. I asked if you're going to win, and you never win. Will you win? Yes, we will win. We have good results over the past 2 seasons. We came second in Spain, and we have had even better results in Spain, in Europe. So we came second in Spain. Well done. That's a radical ambition too. Racing car, an electric racing car. That's thinking things and then making it true. And for MUBIL, that's another exercise that we do. Friends from Innovande, from Deusto, and that helps entrepreneurs, teachers, politicians, innovative politicians. And it has this innovative, and then we have vocational training centers. It's very important space for employment. and I would like to welcome all the representatives of vocational training and universities. That you know there is an agreement between MUBIL with the most important university in the world, which is the MIT. And the MIT has a City Science Lab Center, whereby they look at simulations to see which is the most efficient way of doing sustainable and smart transport. Actually, there's one here in MUBIL, in Guipúzcoa, and it's led by Suriñe. Suriñe? Is she? Well, she's not here, but she's here in spirit. She said that she would send a spirit, and these MIT, who are leaders, they do summits of the 11 city labs. And where will the next one take place? It will be in Donosti. So next year we will organize these ceremony at the end of October, and in November we have an amazing opportunity to learn from these people. So let's stop with the intros and let's go to the thick of things. So I'm going to explain how it works. As you know that you like discussions with finalists, we have created this space again, this possibility. So with 3 minutes per pitch, and you will see the timer running, and they will see the timer. And then each you can ask questions in the language that you prefer to the candidate. I know that there is interpreting. I don't know if you picked it up. The first and the second pitch are in English. In any case, I will summarize what the candidate has explained, or the finalist, and the other 3 will be in Spanish. So, if you're all ready, let's get going. Finalist number 1, let's go to Poland. And the idea is related to a predictive system for detecting battery anomalies. To know what can happen to something in advance changes everything. Battery Watchdog Weaver, presented by Natalia Mikhailova. Natalia.
We all know that the future of mobility is electric. However, we have a big challenge: the sustainability and safety of electric batteries. Right now, batteries is at the heart of every electric vehicle. However, there is major issues when the battery fails. There could be fires, there could be a risk to human life. There is also environmental consideration and huge economic risks. My background is engineering. I spent over 14 years building solutions to monitor different indicators that lead to safe and sustainable systems. And my team has over 14 years experience building solutions for energy industry, for environmental industry. And this is why we felt very passionate to solve this problem of battery safety using effective solutions. Our solution is composed of 2 main components: an advanced algorithm that is allowing to diagnose key factors of battery performance. We don't just track battery safety and predict it before incidents happen, but we also monitor the battery reliability and status using a unique combination of diagnostics in real time and in continuous way. We also have algorithms that predict the performance of batteries going forward based on the conditions, based on their performance, and based on the state. Using this technology, we are able to provide an effective solution that accomplishes 3 main goals: to improve battery longevity, therefore reducing the waste and improving the lifetime of the performance of the batteries. The second one is we improve the ability to predict incidents, so we reduce the safety risk of the batteries. And the third component is we reduce emissions by extending this lifetime and performance of the batteries. We are a very international team. We are based in Warsaw, Poland, but we are also working globally with team members in South Korea, in Singapore, in Canada. And this is what makes us very unique and very strong. Using this solution, we are already working with fleet operators, with battery manufacturers like LG Chemicals, and also with system integrators and standards bodies, creating new standards to enable safe and sustainable mobility. Using this solution, we already launched pilot projects and expanding those projects globally. And right now, our vision is to enable this solution to be developed and expanded in Basque Country. We are looking for partners, we are looking for logistics companies, battery manufacturers, system integrators, and of course standards bodies to enable us to test, expand, and develop the solution further here. We are also recruiting for our team, so if you're interested, please don't hesitate to reach out. But the bottom line is our vision is to really enable the world to have efficient, effective, and sustainable systems. Thank you very much.
Bravo. Gracias. Voy a sumarizar solo la idea principal.
I'm just going to summarize the idea. When the battery has an issue, it not only stops the car, but it can catch fire, and it has an environmental impact. They have a predictive system that allows to maintain the battery in a far better manner. And she has said that she is recruiting. So if you want to go to in Warsaw, and there you have an opportunity to learn about batteries. Questions for Natalia? Questions for Natalia? Any kind of questions in any language? In terms of how it works, how much can we save, how much CO2? That's what. Oh, come on, there's no questions? It's unbelievable. She came from Singapore to put up this pitch. Questions? Oh, we have a question. But I can't see the person. Fine. What's your name?
Technologies. So we do power electronics, inverters and BMS. And the question was, what do you exactly measure at the battery level? And what would be the relationship with what a typical BMS normally does?
Thank you very much. That's a great question. As an engineer, I always appreciate a technical question. So actually, our solution is very unique. It measures not the standard types of parameters like thermal, but it expands into environmental diagnostics using an array of gas sensors. So when the electrolyte or other components of battery starts to fail, there is an early indication when you have small concentrations of gases emitted. And this happens much in advance to any thermal overrun or thermal failures that is detected by most commercial systems. BMS solutions are great, but there is limitations to what they can do right now. So we combine those gas sensors with ultrasonic sensors to create a very effective system to detect very tiny changes and create pattern recognition of those changes in continuous tracking way. So this enables us to improve accuracy, sensitivity, and reliability.
Más preguntas para Natalia.
More questions on this very interesting field? If not, over the cocktail, you can approach her and you can ask her.
And congratulations. Brava. Nos vamos a Berlín.
Let's go to Berlin. It will be in English in case you need translator. We will talk about truck electric charge. It's a decarbonization promise that includes many challenges. And this startup from Berlin is having very good results with Elo Mobility. Luca Burmat, you have the floor.
Thank you. %25% of all carbon emission comes from road transport. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Almost everything you wear, you own, everything in this room was once transported by a truck. So that's why the European Union has set very ambitious targets. By the end of this decade, we want to have 300,000 e-trucks on our roads. Today, we have around 25,000. So what's holding us back? Isn't electricity cheaper than diesel? Well, yes, but first you need an e-truck, and those cost 3 times as much as a normal diesel truck. And then you need your own charging infrastructure, because public charging is too expensive, and of course, you don't want to pay your drivers waiting for your trucks to charge. So at ELU Mobility, we're tackling exactly those problems. Our platform makes sure that every truck always has enough battery for its next route, charging at the cheapest price possible. To do so, we first connect to the transport management system. That allows us to have a plan, which truck goes where and at what time. Once we have that, our AI agents can schedule every single charging session of every single truck. But of course, as you probably all know, there's always a traffic jam somewhere. So we use live data telemetry to update our algorithm and our plan continuously. We also connect to the solar power on the roof of our customers. We connect to on-site batteries. We connect to dynamic pricing. And that helps us to make sure that we can always charge, not only at the cleanest energy, but also at the cheapest price. Well, today, we are ready with some of the leading logistics companies in Germany, with onboarding, I think, our 100th truck by the end of this year. And each one of those proving that electric transport is not just zero emission, it can be profitable. And this is just the beginning. Next, we want to accelerate our journey across Europe, and we're very thankful for initiatives like MUBIL. And thank you very much for your attention.
Bravo, Luca.
Well done, Luca. I'm going to summarize the idea. 25% of pollution comes from trucks. So what do we do so that truck electrification is profitable, efficient, and they have a platform to optimize the load that takes into account all the variables so that it's profitable. They control every truck. Every 3 seconds, they update the information on the truck. And if there's a charging station free, they sell it to another truck driver, and then they can build that. So there are 100 trucks managed in Germany, but their radical ambition is to have more, and they want to fill the Basque Country of electric trucks filled by them or charged by them. Who is? It came from Berlin.
Yes.
It's his birthday. That's why his wife is with him. Questions for this young gentleman who turns 32. We have a question here. Someone from Vitoria. A racing microphone, please. Maybe. Okay, so.
Where do you see heavy-duty transport going in the next 10 years? I mean, specifically, do you see that we are going to be substituting long-distance transport? Is a shorter-distance transport being substituted before that? How do you see the electrification of the sector?
¿Cómo ve la electrificación del sector?
It's a good question. I believe the electrification of the last mile is not something of the future. It happens today in Madrid, Berlin, in Amsterdam. You have vans driving around electric. Long haul, heavy vehicle is a different ball game. The batteries are much bigger, therefore they have to charge a lot more. But the technology is here. The reach is here, so you have the limitation of the hours that the drivers can drive. But that's now the limit. It's not the kilometers anymore. They can charge as much and they can go as long as they need to. And if you look at cities like San Francisco, they already drive autonomous. And I think by the end of this decade, we will have electric autonomous vehicles, and we want to provide the operational layer that helps logistics companies doing exactly that.
Al final de la década.
So at the end of the decade, we will have unmanned vehicles and trucks in San Francisco. It's running. Luca has a radical ambition. More questions. He's an expert. If you can stand up, please.
Smart charging, I think about bidirectional charging. So taking the energy as well back to the grid. How much do you see that evolving in the future?
Energía bidireccional.
V2G, vehicle to grid. Yeah, I think, so my co-founders, they love it. They think it's the future. But then we talk to the logistics companies, and they buy those trucks, and you can buy them by Daimler, you can buy them by Volvo. We have some producers here in the room. And the logistics companies, they spend so much money, and then someone tells them, well, now you have to take out the energy out of your vehicle that you just spent so much money on. And what I've heard from their side is very critical voices. So I think we go first to making the e-trucking possible and profitable, and a better way than diesel trucks, and using stationary batteries as a buffer. And then I see this is decentralized energy everywhere is a big thing, and I believe in it. Right now, I'm a bit cautious with the customers that we have today. Thank you.
Gracias. Más preguntas para Luca. Camiones electrificados.
More questions about electrical trucks that are controlled every 3 seconds. Always using the cheapest electricity. There's a hand up there at the back, so we can see you.
Ciao.
Novandi's here. It's probably a very silly question, but I was just asking myself, how long does it take charging a truck? And how many kilometers of autonomy does a truck have?
That depends very much on, it's not a stupid question, it's a question that those truck company asks me and asks everyone, basically. It's the most important question. How long does it take? Because you have to have your truck ready as fast as possible. You don't want to waste time, they cost money. And then the reach, how long does it take? And today, I think the longest ranges that we see is 500, 550 kilometers. There's a version of Daimler truck, e-Actros 600. I think at the moment it's on the top, but it's a game between all those manufacturers, and they're getting better and better at having longer ranges, and they're also decreasing their prices. And I think that's a wonderful news for decarbonizing the world, that the price is going down. The time of charging really depends on the strength of your charger. And a lot of people talk about megawatt charging these days. In the cities, it's 10, 11 kilowatts these days. I think if you offload a truck, what I've heard from our customers, it takes around 45 minutes. So if you can charge it to around 80% in 45 minutes, that's wonderful. But then sometimes over the weekend, the sun is shining and you have 48 hours to charge a truck. You can really make use of the sun, of cheap electricity, and that's what our algorithm solves.
Está claro, continuamente buscando la energía más barata.
So they're looking for the cheapest electricity, where we have solar panels, which we can use to charge the trucks. Any other question? We need to still hear 3 pitches. So over the cocktail, we will talk more. Happy birthday. So we're thinking on the road when we talk about sustainable mobility. But maritime transport is more sustainable than what we think. And the idea is to try and have fun sailing without polluting. Carlos Puerta, propulsion. I'm sure that more than one of you has gone out sailing at some point, and most likely using a petrol or diesel driven engine. So, what would you think if I told you that 3% of global greenhouse gas emissions are caused by marine mobility? What would you think is that petrol outboard motor that powered your boat emits up to 136 times more hydrocarbons than a commercial car with the same power? And what would you think if that the exhaust gases are expelled through the propeller shaft, along with these gases, oil particles and fuel residues, which are the main causes of deterioration of marine ecosystems? We believe there's only one answer, which is the decarbonization of marine mobility. That's why EC Propulsion is promoting a solution which is based on 100% zero emissions that offers three benefits. It provides a sustainable solution with environment, greater comfort and ergonomics for boat occupants, and a greater versatility for shipyards in terms of distribution. To this end, it's growing, well, our solution grows horizontally. In this way, we achieve mechanism that respects the coexistence at the stern and on the bathing platform. And when the three-man is elevated, it doesn't take up space on the deck. Our international patent is in the regional entry phase in Japan, China, and the US. And in Europe, we already have a patent granted. Over the last year, thanks to the award of a PERTE Naval grant, we have developed a prototype that has been tested at sea. And we have collaborated with a leading national technological center, which is located in the Basque Country, Tecnalia. We have also worked with several suppliers, which are also based in this region, in the Basque Country. We are now redesigning the prototype to make it more robust, which will allow us to close the first agreements in the spring of 2026 after some concept tests. And this will allow us to reach the market as a turning point in the decarbonization of marine mobility, so that every day spent means a clean day for the oceans and comfortable for sailors. Thank you very much.
Buonissimo proyecto.
Very nice product. It's the first time in 5 years that we have a sustainable marine mobility, which fits in very well with our region. How are you, Carlos? Questions to Carlos. Shipyards, ship owners. There's a question there. Go ahead. Ismael, I'm the automotive undergraduate student. I would like to ask you if you're only based on recreational boats, or it can be scaled up or not, and how could it be scaled up? Thank you for your question. We are focusing on small boats between 4 to 14 meters, but our focus is the outboard sailing boats. There are recreational boats that are used by people who want to enjoy the sea, and there are people who we want to make aware of using or doing that trip in a respectful manner. That's going to be our focus. We're going to be focusing on outboard vessels. Thank you for your question. More questions. Decarbonizing. More questions. You've seen one there. Hello, I'm Adrian, and I would like to ask you how do you predict the range of these motors? That's a good question. What's the range? Well, well, Adrian, it depends on many factors. It depends on the hull, the batteries, the weight, and there are rigid vessels, and there are the semi-rigid vessels where the perimeter is with air, so you reduce the weight. So there is a rule that the 20 miles at 20 knots. So you are not going to be doing 20 knots at all times. But we use that rule of thumb, and we think that will be around 30 knots in a normal charter session on a day. Usually does 18 knots as a maximum. More questions for Carlos. Question over here. Alberto from Theatech. I have a question. The outboard engine, what power does it have? If I understood correctly, what you have, you market the engine, and is it all your component, or do you integrate transmission, electrical components, or is it your own design, fully owned by you? Thank you. Just we are working on three power ranges: 50, 100, and 200, and horsepower, mainly focusing on the 50 and 100 horsepower, where the market lies. And we patent the design, and it's completely disruptive. We didn't start from a refit, which is usually offered by the electrified outboard sectors. We based in something completely new, and we did a horizontal growth, and we integrate electrical motors, inverters. Is from Nix Technologies, and we include other elements to make up the entire cooling circuit, and the commercial leg, which is by a consolidated manufacturer that was already built in, and we combine all that, and we want to start to market at the beginning of 2027 or the end of 2026. More questions for Carlos. Okay, off we go. Next, we move on to more innovations. Graphite, which is located inside batteries. According to Fernando, it has done its best, but we're going to put something different. Silicon paper from Getafe. Ladies and gentlemen, Flowtech presents Fernando Zelaya. We are facing the greatest challenge of our generation, decarbonizing the planet. Electrifying our mobility can reduce global emissions by up to 30%. But this path must be affordable, accessible, and free from anxiety about range or charging time for drivers. The main limitation is at the battery, and the current limitation is the true heart is the anode. Is made of graphite, which is expensive, polluting material controlled by China. It's a tired heart that can no longer pump more energy or give us more range. We need a more powerful heart which is able to take us further, and that has a greater resilience. And this is where Flowtech comes into play. Our solution is a disruptive, comprehensive solution that combines a material, a technology, and a process. The material is to change or to replace the graphite by silicon, the second most abundant element on Earth, which is used to make solar panels and microchips for electronics. We use nanotechnology to create very light structures like paper, sheets of paper, to store up to 10 times more energy without breaking when charged or discharging the battery. These batteries are lighter, safer, and easier to recycle and more affordable. The Flowtech process is patented, it's clean, does not use any solvents, or does not produce waste. And the footprint is very low. We are providing material to our tier 1 manufacturers in Europe and the United States and Asia. And this process can be scaled up in volume. Our ambition is to provide this material to many parts in the world and to obtain the license in order to popularize electric mobility. The change is already underway, and it starts with something as small as a silicon particle, which is able to transform the world. Silicon is the key word. Questions for Fernando on silicon. We remove graphite and we add silicon. Questions on this important transformation. Questions? No curiosity on silicon? There should be. And it's a very thin paper, 10 micron thick. So just very difficult to imagine. You can't even see it. It's like a veil on the air. No questions? Questions for Fernando? So it can reduce up to 100 kilos. Maybe because the explanation was so clear. There's a question there at the back. Thank you. So what's the disadvantage? What's the challenge? The disadvantage is the scalability. You have to bear in mind that you need to make kilotons of nanomaterials, and that's the challenge. A Tesla car of 75 kilowatts would have 113 kilos of graphite, of silicon 11. But these 11 kilos would cover a football pitch. And you need some kind of productive process to manufacture that quantity of kilotons of nanomaterials. So we're talking about a major difference in units. We have patented a process in nanotech, which is a fine chemical process. And when our competitors use a process which is used in microelectronics in order to do thin layers, and this is used to create nanotubes, thousands of tons of nanotubes. And that's the challenge, to reach gigafactories with enough capacity so that we can all have access to electrical vehicles. So you can continue the conversation with Fernando later on. We go to Alicante. Batteries. There are certain things that need to be covered, and this is where hydrogen comes into place. We see Hydros Power, Ivan Navalon. Antarctica loses an Everest of ice every year. Transport alone is responsible for a third of the emissions causing this problem. As you well know, it is a difficult sector to decarbonize with batteries, especially in applications where low weight is required, such as drones, or high productivity, such as logistics or captive urban mobility fleets. At Hydros Power, we proposed green hydrogen as an alternative. If silicon is the second most abundant material on the planet, hydrogen is the most abundant. It allows us to reduce the refueling times and the weight. The option is very limited by the lack of a scalable and global distribution infrastructure, and we still need to invest a lot. So to this end, we have created Stellium, a complete ecosystem consisting of three key products. Firstly, we develop systems that generate electricity from hydrogen that replace batteries without having to make any changes. Furthermore, we have patented a unique technology that allows to recharge these to use capsules. This is a plug-and-play technology that eliminates the need to expensive refrigerated high-pressure hoses, reducing supply costs by 28%. Finally, we offer modular stations scalable to any consumption, which recharge these capsules and eliminate dependence on a very scarce infrastructure. And we are no longer dependent on the infrastructures. We are targeting a rapidly growing market, the hydrogen vehicles, which is expected to grow at an annual rate of 25% until 2030, reaching $73 billion. Our main customers are vehicle manufacturers and operators who either purchase our technology or pay only for the hydrogen consumed on a recurring basis. We currently have some pilot projects on the way. A drone with triple the range. Well, we have tripled the range, an emission-free refrigerated container, and an electric forklift with 24% more productive. So I would like to invite you to join our green hydrogen movement to help us make a more profitable and more sustainable and productive mobility. Thank you very much. We finish up with the with the hydrogen. Questions for Ivan on the advantages, the differences, innovations. We have a question over there. You said that you had hydrogen capsules. How would these be recharged? We have developed capsules that stores high pressure hydrogen, and you can couple or decouple. You can plug and play on a high pressure mode. The recharge is like the typical battery swapping. You would get an empty battery and you will turn it 90 degrees. It will be released from the vehicle, and then you can use the one that is charged. Another question for Ivan. Another student from Vitoria. It's linked to the previous question about the capsules. We know that the hydrogen is very flammable. What are these capsules made of? Because to ensure that it's safe for those that handle the capsules. The material has an internal lining that allows to avoid any leak, and so there's no ATEX, and it's safe to handle them. And then it has fiber carbon lining too, where it can withhold the pressure, which around 350 bar, which is 350 times atmospheric pressure. There's another question. And following previous questions on fuel, what range would these cells have, and how many cells could we put in a vehicle to compare it a little bit with the current standards? Each capsule is able to store 400 grams of hydrogen, which is equivalent to 15 kilowatts hour of useful energy. It depends on the type of vehicle. It's different moped than a drone or a forklift. With a single capsule, we could have a range of 8-hour shift for a forklift. Another question there at the back. So following on with the previous question, one of the problems that we can find in hydrogen is there are no charging stations in hydrogen. And being the fact that it's a capsule method, it is different. How would you consider the investment in the future? Because we don't, it's very scarce. The network is very scarce. Well, that's exactly what we want to fix. There is a lack of infrastructure. There were certain European plans of hydro stations, but there's a lack of regulation and there's a lack of initial capital. So we offer a modular solution that is adapted to each fleet, and that it can distribute. We can from a place where hydrogen is generated, it can then be distributed in a decentralized manner, and it can be distributed to different consumption points. For every city, there could be a hydrogen charging station, but with multiple consumers. And another question? Any other question? More questions? Thank you, Ivan. Let's go to the moment of the truth. Given the difficulties of the jury to decide, and we thought that we could give the award to the five of them, but those are not the rules, and we take rules very seriously. So I'm going to ask for the two envelopes, but before I would like to call Miquel Peral. Miquel, well, we thought, come with me, Miquel. We thought that it was nice. Is all good there? Yep. So we thought that it was good that these young startups know of firsthand how is it been being in the MUBIL family for 5 years. I want to ask him. So, what does Enex Technologies do? NX Technology is located in Miramon, in Donosti, and we develop electronic critical components that are built into the cars that allow us to control batteries. What did you get from MUBIL, and what did you give MUBIL back? Because it's about giving and taking, and in any relation. We founded the company in 2020, and we're happy to be here in this 5th edition, because we were actually on the first year we were just 4 or 5 people, and on the team we are 30 people now. And the thing is that the entire Guipúzcoa ecosystem, Beak, Marisa, and the entire team, and the government, the regional government, has always supported us. And what we've tried to give to the ecosystem is to connect the dots. Sometimes you get opportunities that, well, sometimes you can help out, sometimes you can't, and the idea is to connect the dots. If it's not us, maybe it's someone else who can help the customer or that person. And recently, as a coincidence, there's a case that among two MUBIL companies, now the first battery prototype for a major European automotive manufacturer is being tested for a vehicle that will be done in 2029, and they would probably use AI algorithmics. So if it hadn't been done by this Batera partner from MUBIM, and there's another partner from the UK who's actually working on the algorithm. Any challenge? No, everything is running well. Thank you, Miquel. You can talk to Miquel later on. Amaya? Amaya Fernandez, she will give me the two envelopes. She's the Director of Projects at BIC. We'll start off with the second prize. And I'm going to ask Yayone Ganceray, who is the Deputy Regional Minister of Digital Transformation. So I give it to her, and I'm going to open the envelope. So the second prize goes to Flowtech. Flowtech, the silicon. Silicon. They stay there for the picture. Sorionak. Thank you. Eider, are you ready? Eider Mendoza. She is the regional minister of the Provincial Council of Gipuzkoa. So while I open the envelope, you can pick up the award. Oh, what a stress. No, happiness and enthusiasm. Let's go to Menorca. Sea propulsion. Congratulations. This is for you. For the first time, sea transport has received a prize on the mobility. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I'll call you up in a minute, but in the meantime, we have just seen the 2 winners. We couldn't give the award to the 5 of them, but maybe on the 5th year we should have done that, but it wasn't in our rules. Thank you to all of you. I just wanted to call the 2 winners, Carlos and Fernando. If you can come up onto the stage for a second and leave the prize on your chair. No one's going to steal the prize from you. And there's a question I would like to ask you. There's one question. There in front of you, we have representatives of the region. We have the top people here in the Basque Country. And the question is, if you were to look for an organization, a business, public administration or research center with which you could have an agreement to foster things that you're doing, what kind of agreement would you look for? In the phase where we're going into, which is to redesign the prototype, and we will need to run tests in the climate chambers and saline environments. And the idea is to continue working with Tecnalia, because up until now it's been very good. But you have that already. So to continue with them. And how about you, Fernando? I don't want a name, but what kind of an organization you think will help you to strengthen your initiative? We need to certify a product. It's a new product. We need certifying bodies, companies that check, control, and help us know the product. We do the anode, and there's cathode, and there's the electrode. We would like to make an Iberian or a Basque cell. That's a radical ambition. We work with a Basque company. Where else? And we would ask to have customers. That would be ideal to have customers. But commercial agreements are not part of the relation, but we need to start with them. And since there are young people, we need electrochemists. Batteries need a lot of electrochemists. Our electrochemist is from Pakistan because we don't find electrochemists in Europe. That's very interesting. We hope that you find more than what you look for. Eider Mendoza, help us to close this amazing event. It's a very important responsibility. So we are following, we wear the same colors, and she likes to, she's as bossy as I am, but when we arrived, she did an exercise which is very good. She came up to me and said, like in the, you need to talk about radical ambition and about relational innovation. And that's the challenge. And I thought a lot about it and say, how can I talk about this in 5 minutes. And it was very easy. Relational ambition is everything that we've been doing over this time. The Provincial Council of Guipúzcoa, when we started with Etorkizuna Eraikiz, is actually based on that. Is not nothing is coincidence. Is to always reach for more. It has meant a lot of effort, good work, and in collaboration. So we need to have the same radical ambition for the future. And how do we do this in an ever-changing world? We do this by recognizing that we have. So is that we cannot do this alone. That's the idea. So that's why we need innovation in relations. Public administration need to innovate. That's what we've done, and we have set up many initiatives which are very pioneering. Quantec BOE, it's the innovation in gastronomy, and MUBIL. Since the fact that we know that we have a very challenge ahead, we talked about decarbonization. 38% of emissions are related to mobility, and 40% of industrial GDP is related to automotive. We have Indargune. We need we have very pioneering companies. We have very well-prepared people, and we have used all these technologies, and now we're reacting correctly. We have overcome many dreams. I've seen many people who have collaborated to put this into motion, this MUBIL strategy. We thought that it would be the single center in the south of Europe. We have overcome this dream altogether. And it's the single center with these characteristics in the south of Europe. Since there are a lot of young people, this is an invitation for you to come here. Either you're an electrochemist or not. And I forget the most important part, which is the acknowledgement. And I won't want I'm not going before thanking people that have given so much to the winners, to the finalists, because you have a vital project at hand that is looking for improving the world through decarbonization. So thank you for your contribution and the fact that we can collaborate. Congratulations to the winners, Sorionak, Luca, and would like to thank the jury, which I know they have been thinking a lot. Who could the winner be? The winners be? It was very difficult for them to decide, and they have spent a lot of time thinking who the winner would be, and we're very grateful for them. We have this radical ambition. We believe in this relational innovation, and we're sure that we will do this challenge better if we do it together. Thank you. Thank you, Antonella. Thank you to all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I thank you. I would like to give some practical indications. If you want to be here, you need to sign up now on the website mubilawards.com. You can express your interest, because on the next call, you will get an email, and you get information on your inbox so that you can participate. This event has been organized with recycled materials. We haven't produced anything except for little things. Everything is being done in a recycled manner. We haven't done any used any disposable materials. So this is not done in a day. It doesn't happen overnight. So decarbonization doesn't happen overnight, and we're learning how to decarbonize. And it's the 5th year, and the ambition, the radical ambition from now on, is that to transform things. We will send a questionnaire tomorrow. In that questionnaire, tell us what would you like to see on these events. But what's sure is that we'll do two things. We will continue looking for the best and most innovative startups in sustainable innovations, and we will have these events to celebrate them. And then the rest we can redesign and design things and create in the most ambitious manner. Radical innovation. See you next year.
Gracias.